The motorcycle accessory market operates as a massive financial trap. Dealerships push garbage designed to drain your bank account and make you look like a clown. Today, we destroy the confusion. We rank 15 accessories from the worst visual disasters to the ultimate best. We expose exact prices, rate their usefulness from 1 to 10, and mock riders who buy trash. Do not blink. The final 3 represent non-negotiable must-haves that will save your machine and life. Let us begin. Number 15. Helmet mohawks and suction cup pigtails. Let us kick off this list with the worst, most visually offensive accessory ever created in the history of human transportation. The neon helmet mohawk. If you bolt a neon green rubber mohawk or braided suction cup pigtails to your premium safety helmet, you represent a clown. You look like a rejected extra from a low-budget morning cartoon show. The price for this aerodynamic disaster sits around $20 on wholesale websites, but the true cost claims your personal dignity and the respect from every veteran rider on the road. Let us evaluate the usefulness. I give this a firm 1 out of 10. It provides 0 mechanical benefit. It does not make you faster. It does not make you safer. In fact, it destroys the millions of dollars in aerodynamic research poured into your crash helmet. When you hit 70 miles per hour on the highway, that unaerodynamic rubber mohawk catches the turbulent wind and yanks your neck backward, causing massive cervical spine fatigue after a mere 20 minutes. Furthermore, swarms of dead bugs get permanently stuck inside the rubber spikes, creating a disgusting mess. If you own one of these rubber attachments, you beg for cheap attention at local red lights because your fundamental riding skills remain pathetic. Real riders laugh at you when you pull into the gas station. You stand as a rolling joke. Take it off your helmet immediately, throw it into the nearest garbage can, and apologize to your motorcycle. But if you think a rubber mohawk looks terrible, wait until you see the terrifying safety hazard sitting right at number 14. Number 14, spiked bar ends and axle nuts. A massive subculture of amateur riders desperately wants to look dangerous, so they ruin their engineered machines by bolting razor-sharp chrome spikes to their handlebars, their windshields, and their wheel axles. The spiked bar end stands as an atrocity of cheap motorcycle customization. The price for these poorly machined metal spikes hovers around $30 for a cheap aluminum set. The usefulness rating earns a terrifying 1 out of 10. You do not star in the movie Mad Max. You commute to an air-conditioned office job on a Tuesday morning. These metal spikes serve no functional purpose. Original equipment bar ends feature specific weights calculated by Japanese and European engineers to cancel out engine vibrations and protect your hands from nerve damage. When you replace them with hollow, unweighted spikes, your handlebars vibrate at highway speeds, destroying your wrists and ruining your ride. They act as lethal weapons. If you tip your heavy motorcycle over in a gravel parking lot, or if you slide on the asphalt, those metal spikes dig into the ground and cause the bike to flip. In a collision, they can impale your own legs or injure innocent pedestrians. If you bolt cheap spikes to your motorcycle, you broadcast your insecurity. Real riders recognize that pure mechanical function always beats fake mall ninja aggression. We look directly at the misguided sport bike crowd up next. Number 13, neon underglow light kits. The neon underglow light kit represents the ultimate cry for public attention. Wiring cheap strips of pulsing LED lights to your battery so your motorcycle glows. Neon purple in the dark constitutes a mechanical tragedy. The price for a Bluetooth-controlled lighting kit demands roughly $40. The usefulness rating sits at a pathetic 2 out of 10. The only microscopic benefit provides a slight increase in visibility at night, but a proper reflective riding jacket does a superior job without draining your electrical system. If you spend your Saturday night ripping off your plastic fairings just to wire plastic light strips to the hot engine bay, you act like a fast and furious wannabe. You represent the ultimate squid. These cheap kits utilize terrible wiring harnesses that short out in the slightest summer rainstorm, destroying your motorcycle's stator and draining your battery. The double-sided tape melts against the hot engine cases, leaving a permanent sticky residue all over your motor. When you roll up to the local bike night, glowing like a rundown nightclub, the veteran riders shake their heads in disgust. Real riders spend their money on premium tires and track days, not on making their machine look like a rolling disco ball. Hey, quick pit stop. Do you hide any of these embarrassing accessories on your current motorcycle? Confess your mechanical sins in the comments below. And while you scroll down there, smash that subscribe button. It costs $0 and welcomes you to the most honest motorcycle garage on the internet. Let us keep destroying the garbage. Number 12. Handlebar cup holders. Modern motorcycles operate as dynamically engineered, high-performance machines designed to lean into tight apex corners at thrilling speeds. They do not function as comfortable family minivans. The handlebar cup holder stands as an insult to the pure concept of riding. The price for a chrome or flexible plastic handlebar cup holder runs roughly $25. The usefulness rating earns a generous 2 out of 10. Yes, it holds a beverage container, but let us discuss the brutal reality of physics. When you bolt a cup holder to your vibrating handlebars and drop an unsealed cup of hot coffee or sticky soda inside, you create a guaranteed disaster. The exact moment you hit a city pothole or grab the front brake lever in a panic, that liquid erupts out of the cup. It splashes directly onto your flawless gas tank paint, infiltrates your sensitive digital TFT dashboard, and soaks your lap in a sticky mess. If you own a handlebar cup holder, you treat your high-performance motorcycle like a lazy beach cruiser. You disconnect from the visceral, focused experience of the ride. Real riders hydrate before they put their premium safety helmet on, or they wear a dedicated hydration backpack for long-endurance rides through the desert. They do not sip sugary lots while trying to survive unpredictable highway traffic. Take the cup holder off, clean the sticky mess off your switches, and respect the precision machine you operate. Think spilling coffee ruins your day? Wait until you see the Tacky disaster sitting at number 11. It will ruin your beautiful paint job. Number 11. Fake carbon fiber tank stickers. True carbon fiber acts as an expensive aerospace-grade material utilized by elite MotoGP racing teams to reduce chassis weight while maintaining structural rigidity. Fake carbon fiber stickers serve as cheap printed vinyl decals that ruin the premium aesthetic of your motorcycle. The price for these poorly printed stickers demands a $10 bill at the local dealership checkout counter. The usefulness rating earns a measly 3 out of 10. They technically prevent your metal riding jacket zipper from scratching the delicate clear coat on your gas tank paint. However, the visual execution remains atrocious. You walk into the dealership, drop a $10 bill, and slap this printed vinyl onto your beautiful painted fuel tank. You announce to the world that you lack taste. After 3 short months of baking in the scorching summer sun, the weak adhesive fails. The sticker peels at the sharp edges, curls up, and leaves a disgusting yellow residue cemented all over your premium paint job. It looks trashy. Real riders buy thick, transparent paint protection film or high-quality textured rubber tank grips that lock their knees to the frame. They never fake the expensive look with cheap vinyl carbon fiber. Long highway trips cause massive cramping in your right wrist, but the next item will make you wish you stayed at home. Number 10. Cheap plastic throttle locks. The desire for comfortable cruise control makes perfect sense, but buying a cheap plastic throttle lock represents a gamble with your actual life. The price for these fragile plastic friction clamps sits around $15. The usefulness rating sits at a dangerous 3 out of 10. They physically hold the heavy throttle tube open via friction, giving your agonizing right hand a brief moment of rest. But the real-world execution turns terrifying. These poorly molded plastic clamps rely on physical friction wedged against the front brake lever. When an emergency happens and a distracted driver in a massive SUV pulls out in front of you on the highway, your survival instinct commands you to roll off the throttle and grab the heavy front brakes. But the cheap plastic lock fights against you. It holds the roaring engine RPMs high while you desperately try to stop the heavy machine. It causes massive panic and deadly target fixation. If you use one of these plastic death traps, you compromise your split-second emergency reaction time just to save a few dollars. Real riders invest in proper electronic cruise control systems or high-quality mechanical locks that disengage with zero resistance. Never trust your precious life to a $15 piece of molded plastic. If you think a stuck throttle causes panic, wait until you see the unreliable electronic garbage sitting at number 9. It provides a false sense of security. Number 9. Helmet brake light strips. We all want to remain visible to the distracted, phone-obsessed drivers behind us. But the wireless helmet brake light strip acts as a gimmicky piece of cheap electronic garbage that promises safety but delivers frustration. The price for this marketed safety device runs roughly $50. The usefulness rating earns a debatable 4 out of 10. The fundamental concept seems logical. You stick a bright LED strip to the back of your helmet, and a small wireless transmitter taps into your motorcycle's tail light brake wires. When you hit the brakes, your helmet lights up in bright red. But here lies the brutal truth. If you buy this flawed device, you trust your safety to a cheap, unbranded Bluetooth connection. These transmitters drop the wireless signal. Half the time, you hit the heavy brakes in sudden traffic, and the helmet light does nothing. The other half of the time, the cheap internal accelerometer gets confused by high RPM engine braking and downshifting, leaving the bright red light stuck on. This confuses the angry drivers behind you, making them think you constantly ride your brakes. Furthermore, you look like a glowing robot from a bad science fiction movie. Real riders ensure their safety by upgrading the actual integrated tail light on their motorcycle with a premium modulating strobe, not by taping cheap electronics to their crash helmet. We cross the massive threshold now. We leave the pathetic garbage behind and enter the respected territory of accessories that provide real functional value. Number 8. Grip puppies and foam covers. Grip puppies, or thick foam, grip covers serve as the ultimate ugly duckling of the motorcycle world. The price demands a reasonable $20. The usefulness rating jumps up to a solid 6 out of 10. Let us speak truth. They look terrible. Slipping thick foam tubes over your sleek factory handlebar grips makes your aggressive motorcycle look like a rundown piece of home gym equipment. But if you own these foam tubes, you step into the elite realm of the real rider. You represent a dedicated rider who puts down grueling miles. Factory-thin rubber grips transmit high-frequency, buzzing engine vibrations, especially from screaming inline 4 engines, direct into your carpal tunnel. This leaves your hands numb after 2 hours on the highway. These thick foam covers increase the overall diameter of the grip, reducing hand cramps, and they absorb the destructive mechanical buzzing of the high-revving engine. Real riders do not care about the ugly aesthetic. They care about surviving a 500-mile cross-country trip with 0 permanent nerve damage in their hands. Listen up, road warriors. If you put down miles and utilize real functional gear, hit that like button right now to prove you reject the Garage Queen status, and smash that subscribe button so we can keep building the heavy-duty garage. Let us dive into the premium gear. Number 7. Heavy-duty motorcycle covers. Motorcycles stand as expensive, vulnerable, precision machines. Leaving your flawlessly painted motorcycle exposed to the harsh weather elements constitutes mechanical neglect. A heavy-duty motorcycle cover serves as the unsung hero of the concrete driveway. The price for a premium, waterproofed, breathable cover runs roughly $100. The usefulness rating earns a rock-solid 7 out of 10. If you lack the luxury of a secure indoor garage, this heavy cover acts as your best line of defense. Acidic rain rusts your expensive steel drive chain and destroys your delicate electrical switches. Relentless ultraviolet sun rays fade your custom paint and crack your expensive leather saddle. But far beyond simple weather protection, a thick, opaque cover acts as the most effective psychological anti-theft device on the market. Professional motorcycle thieves operate as lazy opportunists. When you throw a heavy-duty, locked cover over your machine, it hides the specific make and model. It removes the visual temptation. The thieves cannot see if you hide an expensive $30,000 Ducati or a beaten-up scooter. If you cover your precious motorcycle every single night, you represent an intelligent real rider who honors and protects your financial investment. You refuse to let your beautiful machine rot away in the harsh driveway. Number 6. Heated grips. When the freezing winter months approach, the fair-weather riders winterize their fragile motorcycles, hook up the battery tender, and hide inside their heated houses. But the dedicated real riders bolt on a set of premium heated grips and continue to dominate the icy asphalt. The price for a high-quality aftermarket heated grip kit demands roughly $120. The usefulness rating stands at a strong 8 out of 10. At highway speeds, the freezing wind attacks your exposed hands. The physiology of the human body dictates that when you get cold, your warm blood retreats to your vital core organs, leaving your exposed extremities freezing. Once your fingers go numb, you lose the fine motor skills required to smoothly operate the heavy manual clutch and the sensitive front brake lever. It becomes dangerous to ride a heavy motorcycle without feeling in your hands. Premium heated grips bake soothing warmth into your bare palms, restoring your vital blood flow in your split-second emergency reaction time. If you install heavy-duty heated grips, you stand as an undisputed road warrior. You extend your riding season by massive months. You refuse to let the cold weather dictate your active life, This accessory separates the dedicated veterans from the fragile amateurs. We reach the high-tech survival gear now. Do not click away, because the life-saving mechanical necessities waiting in the top 3 will change the way you ride forever. Number 5, premium phone mounts. We live in a connected digital era. You need modern GPS navigation mapping to survive dense urban grids and confusing highway interchanges. But blindly relying on a fragile $15 plastic spring clamp from the local gas station to hold your expensive smartphone equates to guaranteed financial suicide. You need a premium phone mount from a proven brand like Quad Lock or Rockform. The price for a machined mounting system equipped with a vibration dampener demands roughly $80. The usefulness rating secures an 8 out of 10. Here sits the brutal reality that clueless amateur riders fail to understand. Modern high-compression motorcycle engines produce high-frequency micro-vibrations that travel up the metal steering stem into the handlebars. If you mount a delicate smartphone to the hard metal handlebars, those micro-vibrations shatter the fragile optical image stabilization sensors hidden inside the phone's premium camera lens. It destroys a $1,000 device in a matter of hours. Intelligent real riders buy premium mounts that feature integrated elastomeric vibration dampeners. These specifically engineered suspension mounts isolate the fragile phone from the engine buzz, locking the heavy device in place even at 150 miles per hour and preserving the internal cameras. If you own a Quad Lock with a dampener, you represent a calculated rider who protects their technological assets. Riding a high-performance motorcycle usually provides an isolating, solitary experience. But when you carve through the twisting blind canyons with a fast-moving group of trusted friends, instant communication serves as the key to group survival. Number 4, Bluetooth communicators. A premium Bluetooth communicator from massive industry titans like Cardo or Sena changes the paradigm of the group ride. The price for a top-tier dynamic mesh communication unit runs roughly $250. The usefulness rating secures a solid 9 out of 10. These advanced devices do not just let you listen to heavy metal music or take annoying phone calls from the office. These function as tactical safety tools. When the lead rider in your fast-moving group spots a rim-shattering pothole, a patch of slippery gravel, or a hidden police car around a blind corner, they warn the group in real time through the dynamic mesh network. If you bolt a premium Cardo to the side of your helmet, you represent a real rider who values group safety, massive situational awareness, and high-fidelity audio. You navigate complex routes together without relying on confusing hand signals or sudden emergency stops on the side of the highway. It elevates the long-distance touring experience to a premium level. Listen closely. We eliminated the visual garbage. We praise the practical tools. But right now, we enter the elite tier of motorcycle accessories. The final 3 items on this list do not represent helpful suggestions. They act as non-negotiable must-haves. If you dare to ride a motorcycle without these final 3 items securely in your possession, you gamble with your bank account, your permanent hearing, and your precious life. Do not blink. We stand at the towering summit. If you own any of these elite top 3 items, you belong in the respected club of fully prepared veteran riders. Hit that subscribe button right now to lock in your rightful spot in our garage and let us reveal the life-saving necessities. Number 3, frame sliders and crash protection. This remains a vital must-have. At some specific point in your long riding career, you will drop your heavy motorcycle. It happens to the best veteran riders on the planet. You slip on wet leaves at a stop sign, or you lose your balance in a sloped gravel parking lot. If your expensive motorcycle sits totally naked and unprotected, the financial results prove catastrophic. That explains why heavy-duty frame sliders act as the ultimate mechanical insurance policy. The price for a premium set of heavy-duty Delrin frame sliders or a thick steel stunt crash cage requires roughly $150. The usefulness rating achieves a flawless 10 out of 10. Let me explain the unforgiving financial reality of the hard asphalt. If you drop a modern sport bike at merely 30 miles per hour without heavy sliders, the beautifully painted plastic fairings shatter into 1,000 pieces. The vital engine stator cover grinds into the abrasive concrete, grinding a massive hole in the engine block and dumping hot engine oil all over the street. You face a $2,000 repair bill and a massive towing fee. But if you act as an intelligent real rider who bolted on thick frame sliders, the scenario changes. The tough Delrin plastic puck takes the brunt of the physical impact. It keeps the fragile engine block and the painted fairings hovering safely an inch above the destructive concrete. You pick the heavy motorcycle up, dust off your bruised ego, replace a cheap $50 plastic puck, and ride home. If you dare to ride without massive crash protection, you beg for financial ruin. Buy them, bolt them on, and protect your massive investment. The next item represents a must-have that naive rookie riders ignore until irreversible damage occurs. Number 2, high-fidelity motorcycle earplugs. Riding an aerodynamic motorcycle without high-fidelity earplugs guarantees a path to permanent deafness. The price for a premium set of reusable filtered motorcycle earplugs sits around $30. The usefulness rating secures a mandatory 10 out of 10. Naive amateurs incorrectly think the booming aftermarket exhaust pipe damages your hearing. They remain wrong. The true enemy takes the form of invisible wind noise. When you ride at 70 miles per hour, the turbulent wind rushing over the hard edges of your premium carbon fiber helmet creates a deafening roar. This high-frequency sonic assault exceeds 115 decibels. Exposing your bare eardrums to that level of deafening noise for 15 short minutes causes permanent cellular damage deep inside your sensitive ear canal. If you ride with unprotected ears, you act like a fool. You will wake up 10 years from now with a high-pitched, permanent ringing echoing in your ears called tinnitus that will never go away. It will ruin your quiet moments. Real riders wear premium filtered earplugs. These engineered devices block the destructive high frequencies of the roaring wind, while dynamically allowing the safe frequencies of loud police sirens, car horns, and your Bluetooth communicator to pass through with crystal clarity. For a mere $30, you physically save your entire sense of hearing. Put them in your ears before every single ride. We finally reached the absolute zenith, the number 1 most critical must-have accessory in the entire motorcycle industry. Number 1, portable tire plug kit and mini air compressor. The equipped portable tire plug kit matched flawlessly with a powerful mini smart air compressor. This compact emergency kit serves as the ultimate savior of the desolate open road. The price for a high-quality sticky rope plug kit and a rechargeable lithium-ion mini air compressor runs roughly $60. The usefulness rating breaks the scale. It stands as a mandatory 10 out of 10. No feeling inspires more terror and isolation than riding your heavy motorcycle on a desolate back road, miles away from cell phone service, and feeling the rear end of your motorcycle wobble. You pull over on the scorching asphalt. You look at your rear tire and see a jagged roofing nail buried deep into your expensive Pirelli rubber. The thick black rubber sits deflated. The expensive metal rim hovers dangerously close to the abrasive concrete. If you lack this vital kit, your relaxing weekend ride ends. You sit stranded on the dangerous side of a desolate road, praying for a single bar of cellular service to call a massive flatbed tow truck to rescue you from the wilderness. But if you operate as a prepared, intelligent real rider, you smile, open your backpack, and get to work. You use the heavy metal reamer tool to clean the puncture hole. You shove the vulcanized rubber rope plug deep into the thick tire carcass, sealing the massive leak. You attach your compact smart air compressor to the valve stem, push a single button, and inflate the massive tire back to exactly 36 psi in 3 short minutes. You carefully pack your tools away, fire up the roaring engine, and confidently continue your ride, bypassing a ride-ending crisis. This simple $60 kit provides ultimate peace of mind and complete independence on the hard asphalt. It rules as the undisputed king of all motorcycle accessories. Click on the next video to continue the ride. Join our tribe by subscribing to our channel, and please help a brother out and like this video.